So I took a quick break off social media. I decided to use Instagram as that platform and not go on it for an entire week. And here are 5 things I've learned. Number 1, I found myself automatically unlocking my phone and opening up the app. I would think I didn't even want to use it. So that's how much I have used it in the past. It's become a muscle memory. It's just ingrained in me. Whenever I pick up my phone, I go straight to that app to look at my messages or to look at what is on the feed. I had actually done this multiple times throughout the week, and it was just funny because it's completely not what I wanted to do. And if you practice things long enough, you'll know that most things become automatic. It's like driving. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I drive without even knowing how I even got there. Not that I wasn't paying attention, but things are automatic. If you've driven a manual car in the past and you're used to a manual car, you don't even think about changing the gears. And this is what it felt like. Number 2, there's actually not much to do on your phone. If you've done all your tasks such as reply to messages, emails, and put in your schedule, that's basically it. You don't need to do anything else on your phone. You may look up some directions, but overall, when I sat on the toilet, and this is where I use most of my scrolling time, I was thinking, oh, the phone is actually quite boring if you don't have this mind-sucking dopamine rush each time you scroll into that death spiral. So I found myself realizing you don't need to spend hours on your phone unless you're doing a conference call on it or some sort of Zoom activity. But your phone, besides its basic tasks, you don't need to be on it all day. Number 3, I started shifting my attention and boredom into other apps. I've got X or Twitter installed on my phone, and I started scrolling that instead. So your mind starts to generate its direction to somewhere else to preoccupy itself. And luckily enough, I don't have many accounts that I follow on. It's not that I get stuck on it like I do with Instagram. Sometimes I just unlock my phone and then just scroll without even doing anything and realize there's nothing to do on your phone. Number 4, this one is a really easy one that I think we all are aware of. You save a lot of time. So if I put up my Instagram usage from the last 2 weeks, you'll see that I was spending at least an hour, maybe sometimes over an hour on Instagram just scrolling. So this is not just my phone usage, it is with Instagram only, and you can see I'm using it for up to an hour each day. I know that sometimes we use these apps when we're waiting in line or just waiting in general, tend to fill our time with that. And sometimes I wonder if I use that time where I'm waiting to do something else, would I be more productive? Lastly, I learned that I don't miss it at all. Of course, I'm going to get back on it and post some of the things I'm doing with clients and some of the things I want to share with my friends. But honestly, you don't miss it. After a few days, you forget that you need to do stuff on it. And that's not a really bad feeling at all. I think for a lot of you guys who want to spend less time on it, you have to make a conscious decision. If you're doing work on it, if you own a business and you need to post things, obviously that's understandable. The hard thing is you get sucked into the vortex after you post, so you don't miss something after a while. It's kind of like you just get used to not using it. I think you can get used to having a balance of using Instagram for just your work purposes and have a little bit of time for just enjoying replying to messages and just enjoying scrolling for what it is. In the end, it's not really a bad thing to use social media, but if you find that it is affecting your life, then I think it's possible that you need to take control of it and really think about how much time you're spending on it. Banning yourself from the app doesn't really change the fact that you can get on it again and start scrolling. So just got to manage how you use the app and employ certain strategies to make sure that you don't get fully immersed in death scrolling. Just an update on my social media fast, and since the last video that I made, I actually haven't been back on Instagram, and it just became a normal way of life where I don't even check it. It's not an automatic reaction anymore. I don't even think about it, and in a way, it's kind of easier. You don't have to look at who's doing what, reply to any of your messages. And if you own a business and you want to promote your business, you're not having to do that extra task. And I know a lot of you guys run businesses and you use Instagram as an advertisement page, and that's totally fine, but sometimes you just get caught in the thick of it and you're just mindlessly scrolling. And I definitely didn't miss Instagram at all. And you know, if I wasn't running a sort of fitness page and information for my clients, I'd probably get off it altogether, because life is just much simpler and I enjoy just keeping to myself most of the time. So if you want to do a little fast on your social media, maybe be prepared to get off it indefinitely, but it always reminds you when you take breaks off something that it's not a big deal. Yeah, it becomes normal. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this kind of content, give it a like and comment down below if you are addicted to social media, and let me know how you manage to counter that addiction.